The country music community is reeling from the devastating news that Brett James, one of Nashville's most celebrated and successful songwriters, has died in a tragic plane crash in North Carolina. He was just 57 years old. The accident happened on the afternoon of September 18th, when a Cirrus SR-22T aircraft went down in a field near Franklin, North Carolina. Authorities confirmed that 3 people were on board. The Federal Aviation Administration later revealed that the plane was registered to Brett James under his full legal name, Brett James Cornelius. It remains unclear whether he was the one piloting the aircraft. The news sent shockwaves across Nashville and far beyond. While some fans may not instantly recognize his name, they almost certainly know his songs. Brett James was a songwriter whose pen defined an era of country music. His work helped launch the careers of rising stars and gave established artists some of their most enduring hits. He was the creative force behind Jesus, Take the Wheel, the song that catapulted Carrie Underwood into superstardom and earned her a Grammy Award. That song wasn't just a radio hit. It became an anthem, played in churches, concerts, and homes across America. He also co-wrote Kenny Chesney's smash When the Sun Goes Down, Martina McBride's uplifting ballad Blessed, and Dierks Bentley's heartfelt track I Hold On. His songs consistently topped charts, won awards, and more importantly, touched lives. Brett James was more than just successful, he was versatile. His writing spanned heartfelt country ballads, faith-based songs, and upbeat anthems. That versatility made him one of the most sought-after collaborators in Nashville. His songs were recorded not only by Carrie Underwood, Kenny Chesney, and Dierks Bentley, but also by Jason Aldean, Tim McGraw, and many others. Over his career, Brett wrote or co-wrote dozens of hits that helped define what country radio sounded like in the 2000s and 2010s. For many young songwriters moving to Nashville, Brett was both a role model and proof that dreams could be achieved. Carrie Underwood shared one of the most heartfelt tributes. She admitted that his passing was almost impossible to accept. She remembered Brett not just as the man who gave her one of her biggest songs, but as a dear friend. She described how he would ride his motorcycle up to her cabin, somehow managing to look cool and effortless, his hair untouched by the wind. She laughed when recalling his playful rendition of Cowboy Casanova, a song of hers that he had co-written. She said that even though it should have sounded ridiculous for him to sing it, he made it work. Carrie also reflected on their shared faith, explaining that her favorite songs to sing were the ones they wrote about Jesus. To her, those songs carried a purity and sincerity that could not be faked. She concluded her tribute by saying Brett's passing leaves a hole that will never be filled, and that she will never sing one of those faith-based songs again without thinking of him. Other artists echoed her grief. Jason Aldean, during a live concert in Nebraska, stopped the show to dedicate a song Brett had written. He told the crowd that this particular song helped shape his career and explained that Brett's loss was devastating to the entire country music community. After the show, he posted online that his heart was broken and that Brett had changed his life forever. Dierks Bentley, who co-wrote I Hold On with Brett, shared a photo of them together, remembering the day that song was born. Bentley explained that when he performs the song, he always thinks of his late father, but now Brett's memory will be tied to it as well. He said that Brett had an instinct for music and faith that made their writing session unforgettable. For Bentley, that collaboration wasn't just about creating a song, it was about forming a lifelong friendship. Brett James's journey to Nashville success was unique. Born in Oklahoma City, he initially pursued medicine, studying to become a doctor. But music tugged at his heart, and he made the life-changing decision to leave medical school and move to Nashville. At first, success didn't come easily. Like many young musicians in Nashville, he faced rejection, closed doors, and the constant challenge of trying to break into a competitive industry. But Brett's determination never wavered. Eventually, he found his breakthrough as a songwriter, and once he did, his career took off. His songs weren't just catchy radio hits. they carried weight. Jesus, Take the Wheel, for example, became more than just a song. It became a spiritual touchstone for listeners who found strength in its message. I Hold On spoke to resilience and faith during life's hardest times. Blessed reminded people of the beauty in everyday life. Each of his songs had its own unique message, and collectively, they created a body of work that defined Brett James as one of the best songwriters Nashville has ever seen. In 2020, his contributions were officially recognized when he was inducted into the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame. The organization released a statement after his passing, mourning his loss and honoring his incredible legacy. That same year, Brett also released his own solo album. In interviews, he explained that he didn't want to write about trucks and partying anymore. Instead, he focused on timeless themes, songs about love and life that reflected who he was at that stage. He said he wanted his songs to feel classic, both lyrically and emotionally, and they did. What set Brett apart wasn't just his professional accomplishments, but also who he was as a person. Friends and colleagues described him as humble, approachable, and full of faith. He was known for his generosity in the songwriting community, often mentoring younger writers and encouraging them to chase their dreams. Just months before his untimely death, he shared a family photo in June that showed him smiling with his loved ones, a picture that has now become a bittersweet reminder of the man behind the music. Aldean, Dierks Bentley, Carrie Underwood, Kenny Chesney, and Martina McBride were just a few of the artists who relied on Brett's words to bring their songs to life. But his impact went even further. For fans, his songs became the soundtrack to their lives. His work played at weddings, funerals, graduations, and Sunday worship services. His music became part of people's memories, tied to moments they would never forget. That is the true power of a songwriter, and Brett James embodied it fully. The tragic crash that took his life is a painful reminder of how fragile life is. But Brett's legacy will live on through the songs he gave the world. His voice may never have been the one most people heard on the radio, but his words shaped the careers of stars and gave fans songs that will be cherished for generations. Brett James may be gone, but his music ensures that he will never be forgotten. His life was a gift to country music, and his legacy will echo through every chorus, every lyric, and every note he left behind.